So this is an opportunity to do gear training because you need to block time for yourself, your family, and also time to focus. I did this exercise with the rest of the managers, I think last month, and we shared the recording here in this document a few weeks ago. This was shared to me by 7 CTOs. Let me just share my screen and we'll go over it briefly. So the theory is that when the way you operate, there are 5 levels of engagement. It's almost like when you're driving a car. Like gear 1 is like when you're just starting up. It's when you recharge your alone time, full disconnect from work. Not even with your family. It's like when you just want to sit in a quiet corner and watch Netflix or read up on news. For me, it's like that really precious half an hour before when everybody else goes to sleep. Second gear is your family, being present with your family. Third gear is social mode. Like this is third gear, having one-on-ones, group conversations, and meetings. Fourth gear is multitasking, task mode. You're like multitasking multiple things. Can still shift from 4 to 3, 3 to 4. And fifth gear for me is like I'm just focused on quarterly planning, and then I need like a block of 1 hour, like no disruptions. Before, when I was in fifth gear, I respond to every Slack message. I read every new notification that comes in. I don't anymore. So there's this guide on how you can defragment your calendar, and I'm gonna share my screen in a bit on the other side. So remember like the Windows defragmentation program. It's the same thing, but for your calendar. Like if you have gear 1 and gear 3 next to each other, you're gonna break that transmission. Like, it's almost like you're driving a gear 5, like suddenly you hit a rock and then you slam the brakes, and then the startup costs and the stopping cost is high. The theory is that you should be able to group together the same gears within your week and block time for it. So I highly recommend all of you to do this. It's not just a tool chest for the managers, it's for everyone, because everybody is a manager of one. I'll show you my calendar. It's actually in this issue below. We'll copy or go there in a bit, but I'll localize all of these. So make sure you block some time this week to like plan out your week, and then factor in what you need to do with this pandemic. If you have elderly, family, whatever, need to go get food this time of the day. For me, I need to get up at 6 now because the line is long at the supermarket. I'm pretty sure it's the same in other places of the world. So block time for that, especially if you need to take care of people. And also block time for your fifth gear. As we reduce scope, you still need to have some focus time for yourself, like you're working on delivering a working group or whatever. So please save time for that. In fifth gear, just snooze Slack, and I'm okay. I actually put fifth gear in my Slack status and like, hey, I'll respond to you later. Sorry, need focus time right now. Other people may not call it gears, but I'm sure there's some form of this already in the company where like, hey, do not disturb this time. So please leverage that. Cross-shifting gear is unproductive. So as I said, like 2 to 5, 5 back to 1. So like try to have a nice ramp. Like 3 to 4 is pretty easy. So please take a look. And then my calendar is here. So this is a screenshot I copied over. So the ones that are in color, you actually won't see it on my calendar. It's the only colors that I see for myself. Feel free to do whatever you like. And the black ones are the ones that people see in my calendar. So this helped me a lot. So these are my fifth gear. So if fifth gear, I make it really clear to other people, hey, work time, please ask before rescheduling. My fifth gear on Friday is like strategic block, no meetings, please, and pre-planning for the next 2 weeks. And then gear 4, I sometimes can't control it, so people will schedule on top. Then I'll try to like work around it or try to account it for some time. a lot of my time is multitasking in Gear 3 and Gear 4 and other stuff. So please, this is transparent. My calendar is transparent. Feel free to look it up on Google Calendar, and it's here for all of you to see. So this is my day. Yeah, I'll stop share and let's go into a few discussions before we end the call.
So just to speak up on that, I did this after the initial session with Mac, and I found it really good for especially that like dedicated focus time. I found myself in Gear 4 for a majority of my day, and really feeling like I was doing a lot, but not actually getting a lot done. And like setting aside time for that Gear 5 is really helped me get the right things done. I would say, or feel like I'm making progress on the more important things.
Same here. Same experience. I was often in Gear 4 or in, was it, which gear is it? 3 for interacting with people. So going back and forth between those all the time and not getting into 5. This has helped me get into 5. So it's definitely been beneficial in grouping those things together. I, however, have made them visible across my calendar, so you can see when I'm working or when I'm doing different kinds of things. It makes my calendar very busy, but I do mark them as everything except Gear 5 and 1 and 2. I mark them as not busy. You know, so everything that's 3 or 4 is not busy, so you can still schedule something on top. 5 is marked as busy, but I put a blurb in there that says, please no meetings unless we have something prearranged. So that's been working pretty well.
I guess I would echo the same thing too. Primarily, the only thing different that I've done with my Gear 5 is each week I plan what my Gear 5 should be, and I have in my personal calendar like what I want to do for that specific time. That's just because I like to do micro. I'm more micro organized than macro, so I just like to do it in that way. But that's no one can see that. It's just for my own eyes, so that it's a reminder for me. Hey, this is what you plan to do for this particular week. But apart from that, yes, I was always in Gear 3 and 4 prime most of the time.
Very cool. I want to give a shout out to Mark, actually, Mark Lapierre. Like last year, you told me that you were trying to block time on Friday for like strategic stuff, and that was Gear 5, and I think you were one of the first to bring it up. So hopefully this is like a real framework that everyone can use. And block time for COVID-19 stuff. That's your gear 1 or Gear 2. Call it the 0th gear, whatever, or the pandemic gear. Block time for yourself and your family. I cannot stress enough.
My approach is pretty lightweight. So yeah, like you mentioned, Mac, I have a couple of hours blocked out on Friday to review the week and to plan the next week. And then I have my to-do list, and I treat the items on my to-do list as Gear 5. So while I'm working on those, I do nothing else. And then once those are done, I can shift into Gear 4 and do whatever comes up.
Cool. I think we're out of time. Please continue to discuss async in Slack, and stay healthy. Stay safe. See you all later.